YouTube? Back here with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get into it.
A double standard. It's defined as the quote-unquote rule or principle which is unfairly applied in different ways to different people or groups. So today I want to go through all of the various double standards we face in society, whether we want to or not.
Yes,
and I'm
sir.
also going to be doing something different that you don't see on the internet a lot nowadays. Being real. So I'm sure there's going to be some Andrew Tate dick rider trying to say that I'm pandering to women with their double standard. And I'm sure there's going to be some super blue hair Twitter saying that I'm pandering to men with their double standard. So if it doesn't apply to you, then just keep it pushing, okay? I'm just rationalizing the averages out here. And I'll first start with the double standards men face in society. Now, the main one that comes to my mind immediately is just being flat out broke. As a man, if you're broke, you're skyrocketed to the bottom of society in multiple ways. Simply put, a lot of guys in the world just aren't gonna care because they have to worry about themselves. And they think you'll eventually just have to man up, I guess, and in the words of an IG Reels comment, get a job, little nigga. Meanwhile, for women, of course it's not all roses and petals being broke. You both got no money. But there is one huge difference between us. A girl could have 0% net worth in anything throughout her whole lifespan, but there will always still be a guy out there that's willing to date, marry, and provide for her in some type of way in some society. And we know it's always been like this in humanity. It doesn't matter how rich the guy is, he typically doesn't care. The weird thing I see some women do though is they'll be living in the absolute slums and bare bones of society, but say, don't talk to me until I see your pay stub has over 6 figures on it.
Nah, that's facts. Like, girl, what is you doing? Yo, you don't even have a house. You would be talking about me. So you ain't got a house.
Bro, what? You play in the league you were set on. Why are you trying to change shit around? And it actually can work out too. Let a dude try this and he's gonna realize that life ain't fair. The next obvious double standard we all know is being short. Shout out to all my short kings watching this, all my short kings out there, because although I'm in the 7'1" club, I understand y'all's pain. Being short as a guy is one of those things where you just never stop hearing jokes from people about. You're getting roasted by your friends every day about it. And of course there's the dating market that's already become the most biased market to ever exist. But being short adds an extra pain to that. I mean, there's literally an entire business model now catered to short guys for shoe height boosting. I still don't understand why you would ever buy this. I understand it's hard, but bro, you're gonna get bullied 10 times more if anyone ever found you wearing one of these man-made
I don't know why.
If I saw one of my friends wearing one of these, I would tip him over in public just to see him stumble. And look, ladies, I understand if
you gotta step with the back of his foot. You gotta step with the back of his foot, he gonna fall.
Don't want to date someone that's shorter than you. But it's gotten so bad that you'll have 4'10" Skittle-sized ass girls talking about, ugh, don't you know it's only 6 foot guys enough for me? That's not a relationship at that point. That's a dad taking care of his daughter. And every time I hear a girl that's super short say that's their type of preference, I just imagine that train meme with the tunnel and wish her good luck. The next double standard we got is just being fat. I'm a firm believer to this day that the whole fat phobia movement was never meant for men. Like, fat guys gotta be the #1 most clowned and joked group about in society, next to #2
short dudes.
Short guys. Like, when I was fat, there was nothing I could do without hearing a joke from my friends about. I could have won the Nobel Peace Prize for solving—
They'd be like, yo, fat ass, how your fat ass went? Hey, nah, being fat.
Hunger around the world.
Being fat and short is crazy.
Well, congrats and all, but it could have been solved faster if your fat ass didn't eat so much of Earth's food supply. And if you somehow need any more proof this is true, just look at all the famous fat guy characters that are played as jokes. Peter Griffin, Homer Simpson, Patrick Star, Eric Cartman. I could go on. That's why the only way for fat dudes to really have any type of game is learning how to be funny. And the comment sections of a fat guy joke versus a fat girl joke are
the most segregated thing to ever exist.
Basically. About 99.9% of the time, if it's a fat guy joke, everyone's just dying laughing, rolling on the floor laughing at the joke. But Make it a fat girl joke and you just started a whole terroristic attack in the comment section. And if you're a guy making that joke, let's just say you'll be lucky if you have your job by the end of the week. That's why I was really surprised that Lizzo got the meme treatment she did, because normally you don't see that for fat girls like fat guys. I still think if she wasn't outed as a terrible and horrible person, people wouldn't be doing it as much. And the last one we've got is what I like to call the zesty effect. I feel like the word zesty has been abused so much and so damn near that if you do anything remotely close to feminine as a guy now, you're getting called zesty. You stretching after sitting down for a long time. Hey, yo, who you preparing that back for? Nah, you definitely hiding in the closet. You sitting down in the legs crossed position. Hey, yo, who you trying to hide them nuts from, nigga? Nah, you definitely closeted. You bending over to pick up something after dropping it? Hey, yo! Nah, leaving them cheeks out like that unattended is odd. You definitely closeted. Meanwhile, women will have a 10-person orgy with their best friends and no one bats an eye. And don't get this wrong, okay? I'm not saying I ever want to do that shit. I'm not on Lil Nas X timing, okay? But I'm bringing this up for a reason. There are some women out there that actually get disgusted when a guy does one of these quote-unquote feminine actions or zesty actions. Like, they'll actually think something like crossing your legs means you've lost your respect as a man in the relationship. Like, that shit and if you don't believe me, no problem. Go on TikTok and look at one of those videos about the quote-unquote ick. I already made a whole video on this bullshit, but it will actually make you lose brain cells. Most of the time, this is a problem solely created by guys, though, but it still is a double standard nonetheless. And that
I don't know about that. I see where he's coming from as far as like it being created by guys, but at the same time though, it's like women encourage it, and if women encourage something, guys are gonna do it or not gonna. Like it depends on their response more so whether or not a guy is gonna do it or not.
Now that I'm finished with the guys, let's go on to the next section, which is women's double standards. Now, the most obvious one we all know off rip is being a hoe. If you're a guy out there every other day, society is only going to applaud you and nothing else. Your friends are going to dap you up because they know you can pull. Other girls are going to be enamored by you because they know you can pull. And your dad's most likely going to be proud because he raised a son who knows how to do his thing. Meanwhile, I don't think there is a single other person proud of when a woman does the same thing other than, well,
her.
Other hoes. Her friends are most likely gonna shun her even if they don't do it in front of her. Other guys are definitely not gonna be attracted once they hear. They're gonna run away as far as possible, as a matter of fact. And do I even have to bring up what their parents probably think? Which is why a lot of times women will just simply lie about their body count because they don't want that shame from society. Even thinking of the terms, like if a guy calls another guy a boy or a pretty boy, they take it as a trophy. But if a girl calls another girl a hoe or thought, they immediately gonna start having the most feral fight on the street right there. And the thing is, I understand if you're a guy who isn't out there like a quagmire every day doing whatever you want to, not wanting to wife up a Lana Rose that's been ran through like a go-kart track, but you'll have guys out there with 300
that I agree with this. I've always said this and I agree with this. That is that is the double standard of it. That is the hypocrisy of it. Like, if you are a guy and you are racking them motherfuckers up, like, I get that it's a biological response, but like at the same time, you are in no place to talk. Like, if you are out there just giving community out there, you know what I'm saying? Then you have no room to talk. Like, you can't judge somebody. Like, if let's just say you got 1,000 bodies, she got 100, you sitting there looking at her like you about to throw up. You got 900 more bodies than she do. Like I get it. I get that it's harder for us to get it, which is more impressive. But at the same time, it comes a point where like you can't be like, it becomes hypocritical in a sense. But like if you got like 10 bodies and she got 10 bodies, then you can look at her and be like, I don't know about that. But like, if you got 100 bodies, she got 10, and you look at her like that, nah, that's
bodies. Every STD not even listed in the book talking about. Man, when I settle down, my girl's gonna have 0 bodies regardless. 1 at the most if I allow it, but that's really pushing it. Once again, you ain't balling in the leagues you were set to, my guy. If you wanted to become like that, you should have thought of that before. The next one we got is obvious too, but it's women's hygiene products. products.
Yeah.
Women have literally zero control over their period taking over their body. Like, that really comes in when you're 12 and you're stuck with that for a solid 40 years. So you would think it would just be a rule in society that we provide the products to help them for free in some type of way. But nah, bruh.
Nah, this capitalism, bro. Nobody gets help for free, bro. Nobody. We are profiting off of every minor inconvenience that somebody could possibly have. We are capitalizing on all of it. I need that money on.
It's an entire extra bill at the end of the month. You're basically born already in debt with bills. And it's not one of those things you can skip on unless she likes to paint the road red every day, I guess. But you know for a fact, if guys had penis bleeds every month, like, that just pains me to even think about. Some blood gushing out my pee hole every month? Then we would have a product for free on every other street corner. And we kinda already do. Like, they'll give out free condoms and stuff before giving out free period pads. The next one we got is makeup. Now, this one's more complicated because I think a lot of times women will complain that men cause these super duper makeup standards to become so popular, but it'll end up just being them kinda competing against each other to look better with nothing to do with men. Like, birthday makeup and UK girl makeup is an example. I don't know a single guy who actually
Yeah, I don't know a guy who's be like, yo, I need, my girl needs to have makeup on 24/7, 365 days out of the year. I don't know a single guy that's ever been like, well, I take makeup over natural. I've never known a single guy. And if there's a guy out there that's like that, seek help.
likes this shit. And I personally think a lot more guys have shifted to liking a more natural face. But at the same time, dudes will say they like no makeup and all natural, then end up clowning a female celebrity when she posts a pic with no makeup for the first time. Like,
I get what he's saying. But at the same time, it come to a point where, like, if it is that drastic to where like niggas can clown on you, that means you done a lot. Like, that means you've done a lot. Like, your face pre-makeup and your face makeup is that far apart from each other. Like, then you've been doing too much. So I can see where people clown them. Like, I've ran into girls like that where it's like, all right, like, you see them with makeup on, you like, all right, cool, like whatever. And then the one day you don't see them and they look like completely different person. Like, you don't even recognize them. Like, so
these comments be brutal. Y'all be ragging on them like there's no tomorrow. It's gotten so bad that some guys on Twitter a couple months ago were trying to say that Margot Robbie, is mid without makeup. These are real tweets by real people that got traction. And this is her without.
That's not that far off though. That's not that far off though. I don't know why she's getting that. That's not that far off. That's not that far off at all.
Her without makeup. Bro, you're genuinely just gay. Like, what do you find attractive? And pretty privilege is a so a lot of times they have to wear at least a little something if they do want recognition, sadly. Finally, the last one we've got for women is child.
Yeah, nah, them niggas was tripping. Whoever said that shit was tripping, because she looks relatively the same. Like, relatively the same.
Care. Now, most of the time, if a woman is having a baby, then society universally agrees she has to take care of it. Like, you made the choice, you popped out your coochie, take care of it. And if the dad just says, F it, peace bitch, I'm out, she's gotta handle it all alone. So if the child does grow up to be up because of neglect, then all of the blame goes onto the mother. Meanwhile, the dude that dipped out years ago isn't even into question. Unless she's balling out to like 10K a month in child support, it ain't gonna be easy. Which is why I think Mother's Day is celebrated 10 times more than Father's Day. Shout out to the king dads out there. Like,
That's a tough one too though, but like, it really just depends, because a lot of the time, like, it don't even like maybe it's because we guys, maybe because we men, so we could tell, but like, you could generally tell when a dude just ain't shit. Like, but then they go for the dudes that ain't shit. So it's just like, you can't even be surprised Like, you can't even really fault the dudes at times because, like, I'll give you an example. Like, motherfuckers who fuck with YoungBoy or Future, like, y'all know for a fact you are not the second baby mother. You are the 6th or 7th baby mother. So there is a history, there is a pattern of this person being sexually irresponsible, but yet you're gonna procreate with them anyway. Like, I think YoungBoy got like 9 baby mothers, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of the times it's not even. It's only a small percentage of people that's having the kids. Like, I don't know too many dudes that got kids. I don't know too many of them. So it's like, I don't know.
I truly do believe it shouldn't be shit on as much as it is. But if we're being realistic, this bias just didn't poof and come out of nowhere. To wrap it up, double standards are one of the most unfair rulings placed on us in society. Some of them you can avoid, a lot of them you can't. Just live your life as you would, and there is no life lesson here, really. You're just gonna have to deal with them in this world. It's unfortunate.
To Morocco, I got pretty women showing titties like I'm Flocko. I came in a hard top, I'm still in the drop.